meditate and inquire into what is true. Even to say that you are not the body is not quite true. In a way, you are all bodies, hearts, and minds, and much more. You need not correct yourself. Only set right your idea of yourself. You are the infinite, focused in a body. Abandon all personal equations, and you shall be free from fear. What I teach is the ancient and simple way of liberation through understanding. The mind misunderstands. Misunderstanding is its very nature. It is only your self-identification with your mind that makes you happy or unhappy. Mind always shapes itself according to its beliefs. This is the essence of bondage, the mixing of the real with the unreal. Yoga is the science and the art of self-liberation through self-understanding. Realize that the distinction between inner and outer is in the mind only. The person should be carefully examined and its falseness seen. The very reality of the world must be questioned. There is the identity of what you are, and there is the person superimposed on it. All you know is the person, the identity, which is not a person. You do not know, for you never doubted. The effort to understand yourself is yoga. You must look for truth beyond the mind. There is in you the core of being, which is beyond analysis, beyond the mind. You have to give up everything to know that you need nothing, not even your body. How does personality come into being? By memory, by identifying the present with the past and projecting it into the future. Get rid of all ideas about yourself, even of the idea that you are God. No self-definition is valid. Know what you are you. Whatever we think, feel, and do is experience. The world you think of is in your own mind. I can see it through your eyes and mind. Set your vision right before you operate. Clarify your mind, purify your heart, sanctify your life. This is the quickest way to a change of your world. Problems created by desires and fears and wrong ideas can be solved only on the level of the mind. You must conquer your own mind, and for this, you must go beyond it. You must know two things: what you are to be free from, and what keeps you bound. Get hold of the main thing, that the world and the self are one and perfect. Only your attitude is faulty and needs readjustment. This process, or readjustment, is what you call sadhana. Don't be afraid. Don't resist. Don't delay. Be what you are. There is nothing to be afraid of. Obviously, everything experienced is an experience, and in every experience there arises the experiencer of it. Apply yourself diligently to pulling apart the structure you have built in your mind. What the mind has done, the mind must undo. If you diligently investigate the knowable, it dissolves, and only the unknowable remains. But with the first flicker of imagination and interest, the unknowable is obscured and the known comes to the forefront. We tend to repeat what we have not understood. If we are sensitive and intelligent, we need not suffer. Pain is a call for attention and the penalty of carelessness. You are free from what you have understood. Try to understand that you live in a world of illusions. The limited is bound to be painful and pleasant in turns. If you seek real happiness, unassailable and unchangeable, you must leave the world with its pains and pleasures behind you. Is it not important to you to know whether you are a mere body or something else, or maybe nothing at all? The way to truth lies through the destruction of the false. To know that you are is natural. To know what you are is the result of much investigation. This is the great work of awareness. It removes obstacles and releases energies by understanding the nature of life and mind. The mind, by its very nature, divides and opposes. Can there be some other mind which unites and harmonizes, which sees the whole in the part and the part as totally related to the whole? In the going beyond the limiting, dividing, and opposing mind, in ending the mental process as we know it, when this comes to an end, that mind is born. It is all very simple. Instead of seeing things as imagined, learn to see them as they are. It is like cleansing a mirror. The same mirror that shows you the world as it is will also show you your own face. When you are concerned with truth, with reality, you must question everything, your very life. It is worthwhile to know what keeps you within the narrow confines of the known. It is the full and correct knowledge of the known that takes you to the unknown. The mind can operate with terms of its own making. It just cannot go beyond itself. That which is neither sensory nor mental, and yet without which neither sensory nor the mental can exist, cannot be contained in them. To think yourself to be something or somebody is death and hell. Until we can look at fear and accept it as the shadow of personal existence, as persons, we are bound to be afraid. Investigate yourself, and you will solve not only your own problems, but also the problems of humanity. In the light of calm and steady self-awareness, inner energies wake up and work miracles without any effort on your part. Do understand that you are destined for enlightenment. Allow it to fulfill itself. What do I gain by learning to use my mind? You gain freedom from desire and fear, which are entirely due to wrong uses of the mind. Mere mental knowledge is not enough. The known is accidental. The unknown is the home of the real. To live in the known is bondage. To live in the unknown is liberation. To know that you are a prisoner of your mind, that you live in an imaginary world of your own creation, is the dawn of wisdom. Brood, wonder, search, till you come to the root of error and to the truth beyond the error. What is the real cause of suffering? Self-identification with the limited. Sensations as such, however strong, do not cause suffering. It is the mind, bewildered by wrong ideas, addicted to thinking, I am this, I am that fears loss and craves gain, and suffers when frustrated. What is imagined and willed becomes actuality. Here lies the danger as well as the way out. The image you have of yourself is made up from memories and is purely accidental. I am glad you have abandoned the I am the body idea, the main source of error and suffering. All yogic paths take you to the purification of the mind. It is your refusal to examine that creates karma. It is the indifference to your own suffering that perpetuates it. What kind of yoga do you want to practice? The yoga of getting or the yoga of giving up? One enslaves, the other liberates. The motive matters supremely. Freedom comes through renunciation. All possession is bondage. You are attached to the little person you think yourself to be. Your desires are narrow, your ambitions petty. You need not bring your dream to a definite conclusion, or make it noble, or happy, or beautiful. All you need is to realize that you are dreaming. The need for understanding arises from misunderstanding. The mind clogs you up with images and ideas, which leave scars in memory. You take remembering to be knowledge. When you know what you are, you also are what you know. Between knowing and being, there is no gap. You can know the false only. The true you must yourself be. You gain nothing. You leave behind what is not your own, and find what you have never lost, your own being. Detachment will ensure, will build the inner bridge to your real being. To solve a problem, you must trace it to its source. With dissolution of the problem, its right solution be found. Abandon false self before the real self can be found. Pleasure and pain are states of mind. Be free of desires and fears, and at once your vision will clear, and you shall see all things as they are. Your self-image is the most changeful thing you have. It is utterly vulnerable, at the mercy of a passerby. By knowing your mind, you may avoid your mind disabling you. You are suffering from acute misapprehension. Freedom from the ego self is the fruit of self-inquiry. You come to the truth by putting an end to indolence and using all your energy to clear the way for clarity and charity. But in reality, these all are signs of inevitable growth. Non-investigation is the thread on which all the states of mind are strung. It is like darkness in a closed room. It is there, apparently, but when the room is opened, where does it go? It goes nowhere, because it was not there. All states of mind, all names and forms of existence are rooted in non-inquiry, non-investigation, in imagination and credulity. It is right to say, I am, but to say, I am this, I am that, is a sign of not inquiring, not examining, of mental weakness or lethargy. There is no darkness in the midst of light. Self-forgetfulness is the darkness. Once you are well established in the now, you have nowhere else to go. What you are timelessly, you express eternally. The limited is bound to be painful and pleasant in turns. If you seek real happiness, unassailable and unchangeable, you must leave the world with its pains and pleasures behind you. As long as your urge for truth affects your daily life, all is well with you. Don't you see that all your problems are your body's problems? Food, clothing, shelter, family, friends, name, fame, security, survival. All these lose their meaning the moment you realize that you may not be a mere body. For as long as knowledge means description in terms of what is already known, perceptual or conceptual, there can be no such thing as self-knowledge. For what you are cannot be described except as total negation. There is nothing wrong in the idea of a body, nor even in the idea I am the body. But limiting oneself to one body only is a mistake. In reality, all existence, every form is my own, within my consciousness. I cannot tell what I am because words can describe only what I am not. I am, and because I am, all is. But I am beyond consciousness, and therefore, in consciousness, I cannot say what I am. Yet, I am. What is this sense of a separate existence? It is a reflection in a separate body of the one reality. In this reflection, the unlimited and the limited are confused and taken to be the same. To undo this confusion is the purpose of yoga. The very examination of the mechanism shows the way. Realization is but the opposite of ignorance. To take the world as real and oneself as unreal is ignorance, the cause of sorrow. The ancient teaching is fully valid. All perceivables, are they stains? All are stains. The entire world is a stain? Yes, it is. How awful! So the universe is of no value? It is of tremendous value. By going beyond it, you realize yourself. Humanity's problem lies in this misuse of the mind only. All the treasures of nature and spirit are open to man who will use his mind rightly. You need not know why and how. There is no end to questions. True inquiry is always into something, not out of something. When I inquire how to get or avoid something, I am not really inquiring. To know anything, I must accept it totally. How can I make myself understand? By meditating, which means giving attention. Become fully aware of your problem. Look at it from all sides. Watch how it affects your life. Then, leave it alone. You can't do more than that. Learn to separate yourself from the image and the mirror. Keep on remembering, I am neither the mind nor its ideas. Inquire and meditate patiently and with convictions, and you will surely come to the direct vision of yourself as the source of being, knowing, loving, eternal, all-embracing, all-pervading. Now you see the body only. Try earnestly, and you will come to see the infinite only. It is not difficult. Desirelessness comes on its own when desire is recognized as false. You need not struggle with desire. Ultimately, it is an urge to happiness, which is natural as long as there is sorrow. Only see that there is no happiness in what you desire. Investigate yourself and love the investigation. You will know what to do. Do not ask superficial questions. Apply yourself to the fundamentals, to the very roots of your being. Understand your own mind, and its hold on you will snap. Understanding is the only remedy, whatever name you give it. It is the earliest and also the latest, for it deals with the mind as it is. Rebel against your slavery to your mind. See your bonds as self-created, and break the chains of attachment and revulsion. Keep in mind your goal of freedom until it dawns on you that you are already free, that freedom is not something in the distant future to be earned with painful efforts, but perennially one's own to be used. Liberation is not an acquisition, but a matter of courage. The courage to believe that you are free already and to act on it. Along with courage will emerge wisdom and compassion and skill in action. You will know what to do, and whatever you do will be good for all. By all means, use your mind to know your mind. It is perfectly legitimate and also the best preparation for going beyond the mind. Stop, look, investigate, ask the right questions, come to the right conclusions, and have the courage to act on them and see what happens. The first steps may bring the roof down on your head, but soon the commotion will clear and there will be peace and joy. You know so many things about yourself, but the knower you do not know. Find out who you are, the knower of the known. Look within diligently. Remember to remember that the perceived cannot be the perceiver. Whatever you see, hear, or think of, remember, you are not what happens. You are he to whom it happens. Only by denying can one live. Assertion is bondage. To question and deny is necessary. It is the essence of revolt, and without revolt, there can be no freedom. The Guru demands one thing only: clarity and intensity of purpose, a sense of responsibility for oneself. Give up the idea of being a person. That is all. You need not become what you are anyhow. Ask yourself the crucial question: who am I? The identity is the witness of the person, and sadhana consists in shifting the emphasis from the superficial and changeful person to the immutable and ever-present witness. Your mind is an instrument, after all, and you should know how to use it. As you are taught the uses of your body, so you should know how to use your mind. The sentence, "I can see that I am false," contains all you need for liberation. Ponder over it. Go into it deeply. Go to the root of it. It will operate. Be a yogi. Give your life to yourself. Brood, wonder, search. Having seen that you are neither the outer world of perceivables nor the inner world of thinkables, that you are neither body nor mind, just be. What is imagined and willed becomes actuality. Here lies the danger as well as the way out. Use the mind to investigate the manifested. Be like the chick that pecks at the shell. Break the mind from within. by investigation and exposure of its contradictions and absurdities. The longing to break the shell, where does it come from? From the unmanifested. The mind makes everything perceivable, yet itself is beyond perception. The mind cannot know what is beyond the mind, but the mind is known by what is beyond it. Duality lasts only as long as it is not questioned. Abandon the I am the body idea. You are as you believe yourself to be. Stop believing. The impure mind is opaque to truth. The pure mind is transparent. Truth can be seen through it easily and clearly. Too much analysis leads you nowhere. There is in you the core of being, which is beyond the mind. You can know it in action only. Express it in daily life, and its light will grow ever brighter. The legitimate function of the mind is to tell you what is not. But if you want positive knowledge, you must go beyond the mind. If you do not have the wisdom and the strength to give up, just look at your possessions. Your mere looking will burn them up. If you can stand outside your mind, you will soon find that total renunciation of possessions and desires is the most obviously reasonable thing to do. As to method, there is only one. You must come to know yourself, both what you appear to be and what you are. To find truth, you must not cling to your convictions. Realize that you are dreaming. Stop imagining. Stop believing. See the contradictions, the incongruities, the falsehood, and the sorrow of the human state, the need to go beyond. Learn to look without imagination, to listen without distortion. That is all. Don't try to understand. Enough if you do not misunderstand. Don't rely on your mind for liberation. It is the mind that brought you into bondage. Go beyond it altogether. Don't ask the mind to confirm what is beyond the mind. Questioning the habitual is the duty of the mind. What the mind created, the mind must destroy, or realize that there is no desire outside the mind, and stay out. Watch yourself closely, and you will see that whatever be the content of consciousness, the witnessing of it does not depend on the content. Investigate your world. Apply your mind to it. Examine it critically. Scrutinize every detail about it. That will do. Believe me, there cannot be too much destruction, for in reality, nothing is of value. Be passionately dispassionate. That is all. To know what you are, you must first investigate and know what you are not. I do not need the world, nor am I in one. I am fully aware that the world is a projection of memories. It is touched by the real only at the point of awareness, which can be only now. Intense and methodical investigation into one's mind is yoga. You should consider more closely your own world. Examine it critically, and suddenly, one day, you will find yourself in mine. See your world as it is, not as you imagine it to be. Discrimination will lead to detachment. Detachment will build the inner bridge to your real being. Action is a proof of earnestness. Do what you are told diligently and faithfully, and all obstacles will dissolve. To solve a problem, you must trace it to its source. Dissolution of the problem in the universal solvents of inquiry and dispassion. The false self must be abandoned. Trace your misunderstandings and abandon them all. That is all. You have to be very alert, or else your mind will play false with you. Give a lot of attention to your mind without expecting anything from it. Question every urge. Hold no desire legitimate. You come to process or readjustment by putting an end to indolence and using all your energy to clear the way for clarity and charity. Trust and try. Experiment honestly. Give your real being a chance to shape your life. You will not regret. Empty of possession, physical and mental, free of all self-concern, be open for discovery. If we are sensitive and intelligent, we need not suffer. Pain is a call for attention and the penalty of carelessness. Intelligent and compassionate action is the only remedy. It is not so much a question of actually giving up the body and all that goes with it, as a clear understanding that you are not the body. A sense of aloofness, of emotional non-involvement. Refuse attention. Let things come and go. Become fully aware of your problem. Look at it from all sides. Watch how it affects your life. Then leave it alone. You can't do more than that. You are free from what you have understood. Examine them, illusions, and uncover their roots. The very attempt to do so will make you earnest. Where can it lead you, if not to its own perfection? Be well established in the now. Leave the world with its pains and pleasures behind you. It is enough to know that you are not. You need not know what you are. All you can say is, I am not this. I am not that. You cannot meaningfully say, this is what I am. It just makes no sense. What you can point out as this or that cannot be yourself. Discover all you are not: body, feelings, thoughts, ideas, time, space, being and not being, this or that. Nothing concrete or abstract you can point out to is you. To destroy the false, you must question your most inveterate beliefs. To find the common factor, you must abandon all distinctions. Only the universal is in common. The thought, I am, is the polishing cloth. Use it. See the stains and remove them. Whatever you can see is bound to be a stain. Turn away from it. Give it up. Know it as unwanted.